Welcome back, Landman fans. Did Monty Miller just meet his end? Landman Episode 9 leaves fans on a brutal cliffhanger as John Hamm's oil tycoon flatlines in a hospital bed. But the real shock isn't his fate. It's the power vacuum that's about to explode in West Texas. With Tommy Norris forced into a deadly cartel showdown and Cooper's risky oil ambitions spiraling, the season finale is primed for a blood-soaked reckoning. Here's what that cryptic coyote symbolism really means and why no one's safe in the Permian Basin. The dust has settled, but the battle for the Permian Basin is far from over. Landman Episode 9 delivers a jaw-dropping finale filled with betrayals, bloodshed, and a fateful hospital showdown that leaves John Hamm's Monty Miller fighting for his life. Was his collapse an accident or sabotage? Meanwhile, Tommy Norris faces off against the cartel in a brutal desert standoff, and Cooper's oil empire hangs by a thread. In this breakdown, we'll dissect the shocking ending, decode the coyote's ominous symbolism, and explore what's next as the series barrels toward its explosive season finale. Power is a rigged game in the Permian Basin, where survival goes to those willing to bleed for it. The explosive ending of Landman Episode 9 lays bare this brutal truth through Monty Miller's shocking collapse, whether by fate or foul play. As his empire teeters on the edge, Tommy Norris stands trapped in the crosshairs of cartel vengeance and corporate betrayal, an embodiment of the show's central question about the price of loyalty in this cutthroat world. The haunting coyote imagery returns, a silent witness to the cycle of greed and consequence that no one can escape. Even as Cooper maneuvers to fill the power vacuum, the episode makes clear that in this high-stakes game of oil and blood, today's kingmaker is tomorrow's casualty. Every apparent victory comes laced with poison. Every alliance carries the seeds of its own destruction, leaving us to wonder who, if anyone, will ultimately survive the coming storm. The explosive ninth episode of Landman delivers a brutal turning point that reshapes the power dynamics of the Permian Basin. At the heart of the chaos is Monty Miller's dramatic collapse, his hospital monitor flatlining as Cammy delivers the grim news to Tommy. This moment marks more than just a medical emergency. It symbolizes the fall of West Texas' most formidable oil tycoon, leaving a power vacuum that sends shockwaves through MTX oil. The episode's title, Wolf Camp, proves ominously prophetic as we witness the literal shooting of a gray wolf, a powerful metaphor for Monty's predatory dominance coming to an end, and perhaps foreshadowing Tommy's own precarious position as he's thrust into leadership. Tommy Norris finds himself thrust into an impossible position, suddenly responsible for steering MTX oil through treacherous waters. His promotion to VP of Operations comes with unexpected complications, particularly the forced alliance with Rebecca Faloni, whose own ambitions threaten to undermine Tommy at every turn. Meanwhile, the cartel conflict escalates to dangerous new heights following the National Guard's accidental bombing of a cartel convoy. Tommy's tense phone conversation with cartel leader Jimenez reveals just how personal this war has become, with the chilling revelation that the cartel is now monitoring Tommy's family. His attempt to negotiate peace only deepens the crisis, setting the stage for what promises to be a brutal confrontation in the season finale. Cooper's storyline takes a significant turn as he begins asserting his independence in the oil business. His ambitious Wolfcamp Shale project marks both his entrepreneurial spirit and the growing divide between his vision and Tommy's more cautious approach. The skepticism he faces from landowners, "You don't look like a landman," highlights both his outsider status and the generational shift occurring in the industry. This tension between Cooper's idealism and Tommy's pragmatism mirrors the earlier dynamic between Tommy and Monty, suggesting history may be repeating itself in the Norris family. The episode's rich symbolism adds layers of meaning to these unfolding dramas. The shooting of the gray wolf serves as more than just a metaphor for Monty's potential demise. It represents the brutal reality of this world, where dominance is always temporary and survival requires constant vigilance. The wolf's death at the hands of a neighbor blaming it for killing pets eerily parallels Tommy's position as the scapegoat caught between corporate and criminal forces. Environmental undertones resonate throughout, with the wolf's fate reflecting the ecological costs of the oil industry's relentless expansion. As the episode concludes, it sets in motion multiple conflicts that will define the season finale. The question of Monty's survival hangs over everything. If he's truly gone, the scramble for control of MTX will test alliances and reveal true loyalties. The cartel threat has become more personal than ever, with Tommy's family now in the crosshairs. Meanwhile, Cooper's independent ventures may put him on a collision course with both Tommy and what remains of Monty's empire. These converging storylines promise an explosive conclusion to the season, where the only certainty is that the Permian Basin's power structure will never be the same. The complex relationship between Monty Miller and Tommy Norris will continue to shape Landman's second season in profound ways. Despite Monty's physical absence, their dynamic, formed through years of friendship, professional rivalry, and unspoken betrayals, leaves Tommy grappling with both the practical and psychological burdens. The explosive conclusion of Landman Episode 9 leaves the Permian Basin forever changed. Monty Miller's fate, whether dead or clinging to life, marks the end of an era. His legacy now rests upon Tommy Norris's shoulders. The Grey Wolf's death in the final moment serves as the perfect metaphor. The old predators are falling, and the survivors must adapt or perish. Tommy, thrust into leadership at MTX Oil, stands at a crossroads. He can either embrace Monty's ruthless tactics to secure power or forge his own path, one that might finally break the cycle of greed and violence that has defined West Texas Oil for generations. The cartel threat looms larger than ever, with Galino's arrival signaling that the real war is just beginning. Meanwhile, Cooper's ambitions place him on a collision course with his father, setting up a generational conflict that mirrors Tommy's own fraught history with Monty. As the dust settles on Wolf Camp, one truth remains. In the Permian Basin, power is never permanent. The coyotes may be hunted, but new predators always emerge. The season finale promises blood, betrayal, and reckoning, but whether Tommy can survive without becoming the very thing he despised in Monty remains the show's central question. Landman has set the stage for an explosive second season, where the ghosts of the past will dictate the battles of the future. The game is rigged. The only question is who will be left standing when the final hand is played. The closing moments of Landman Episode 9 leave viewers breathless as the Permian Basin's fragile power structure crumbles. Monty Miller's hospital monitor flatlines with jarring finality, the steady beep dissolving into silence, just as Cammie's panicked voice crackles through Tommy's phone. Outside, the echoing gunshot that fells the Grey Wolf seems to punctuate Monty's fall. Two apex predators eliminated in one ruthless stroke. The camera lingers on Tommy's face as realization dawns. The man who built this empire, who was both his mentor and his curse, is gone. And now the wolves are circling. Tommy stands alone in the West Texas dusk, the weight of leadership pressing down as the cartel's threats echo in his mind. The camera pulls back to reveal the sprawling oil fields, Monty's kingdom, now Tommy's burden. In the distance, Cooper surveys his own rigs, the next generation already moving in. The final image fades on a lone coyote slinking through the brush, no longer the alpha predator, but a survivor. It's a perfect metaphor for Tommy's predicament. He may have outlasted Monty, but the real fight for survival has just begun. The screen cuts to black with Tommy's own warning hanging in the air. They kill coyotes around here. A chilling reminder that in the Permian Basin, no victory comes without a price, and Tommy Norris might be next. Landman delivers its most powerful episode yet, setting the stage for a season finale where every character will be forced to choose between power and principle, vengeance and survival, becoming the hunter or remaining the hunted. One thing certain, Monty's ghost will loom large over whatever comes next. Landman's season finale streams next week on Paramount+. Don't miss the explosion. Monty Miller is gone, the cartel is moving in, and Tommy Norris just became the most powerful and most hunted man in the Permian Basin. Did you see that final shot of the coyote? Will Tommy become the new Monty or die trying? And what's Cooper really planning with those rigs? Drop your theories below. Smash that like button if you called Monty's fate. Turn on notifications. The season finale drops soon, and you don't want to miss the bloodbath coming to West Texas.